Toy Power Podcast is a free podcast made possible by the support of our awesome Patreon sponsors. Head to toypowerpodcast.com and see how you can help.
Oh yeah, business power.
Hello and welcome to Toy Power, the podcast where we talk toys and everything pop culture. G'day, it's Trent here, and it is so wonderful to have your company today for episode 422. This week on the show, it's the team time again. I feel like Tim Allen. Team time. Team time.
That's it. I'm redoing the intro.
Scotty's just hanging by the fence. You can just see the top of his head
Yes.
popping over there.
You can tell it's him because he's got no hair.
And Colin's got a massive rack.
Well, it's true. But
I don't think so, Trent.
Yeah, that's right. And we're also going to be talking... sorry, the team. I got distracted. The team, we're doing G.I. Joe, which is fantastic and very on brand. Yo, Joe.
So we're doing the
Cobra.
Cobra. La 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 la.
Is Cobra La in? We're doing 1982 to 1987 of the bad guys for the team.
Yep.
All right. And then we're going to talk about one of Colin's favourite topics, which are toy catalogues. 1978, you've got a complete run of Hasbro's all the way through. So we'll be talking a little bit more about the catalogues. That's super exciting. But let's... we got 5 people doing the team. Davey did the last team.
He did. Yep.
Actually, didn't listen to the rules, did he? In terms of the
no,
numbers?
I was curious on your thoughts. We did Transformers Autobots 86 off the top of my head.
Yep.
But was that were you there for that one? Jokes aside.
Possibly not. Possibly.
No, I don't think he
No,
was.
I wasn't.
I was just curious on your thoughts on that. Anything? I think that it was universally agreed that Metroplex was the muscle when you're talking 86,
Yeah.
86 Autobots, and
I think that's pretty fair because, he's big boy.
do you want a review of the team?
Go refresh my memory. Yeah.
That's what I was
Do you want
stalling
to guess
for.
as for each category?
Can I jump in on this too?
Optimus, well, you heard it.
Yeah.
Leader, well, somewhere between Optimus and Ultra Magnus. I'm going to go
No,
Optimus.
it's
86.
86.
Oh,
86
86.
only.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
movie
okay.
year.
Rodimus Prime.
Colin?
Ultra Magnus.
Rodimus Prime.
Oh, controversial.
Our muscle for the team.
Brawn. No, it's too early.
86.
He dies too
No,
early.
it's gone.
I think movie characters.
Springer.
I'm going Springer as well.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger, boys. Metroplex.
Oh, Metroplex, yeah. We just talked about this.
Specialist for the team.
RC.
Wheelie.
And RC never had a toy.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, what about that guy? Blur. I'm going Blur. Yeah.
I'm standing.
He's good with the ladies.
Yeah.
Class tongue.
Not as good as Springer, who was
Oh,
our
yes.
specialist. Wheelman.
I was going to say Wheeljack, but again, too early. Who's flying the shuttle? I'm going to go Cup.
Cup.
Oh.
He tells. He
Yeah,
not
yeah.
only flies the shuttle,
Yeah.
but he gives you an old anecdote. From
Tells
his
your
war
story
days.
at the same time.
What
Yeah.
size cup? A B cup? A D cup?
Double D's.
Double D cup?
Double D's.
Colin Cup.
Settle down, Colin.
I'm going to go with Cup as well. Just the obvious choice.
Wreck car.
Oh yeah, he's a bike.
No, the argument
Yeah.
was because he can be both. He can be the vehicle and
Yeah.
ride the vehicle.
And if he
But
gets
is he technically an
if he
Autobot because
gets
he's
blown
a
up-
Junkion, right? Like he's not really affiliated with the Autobots.
He's
until
got,
much later.
the toy
if
came
you looked
with an Autobot
if you looked at
logo
the
on it.
catalogue from 1986, I think you'll find he's affiliated with the Autobots.
Yeah, yeah. Just like Galvatron, Unicron is, a Decepticon. So even though he's in a class of his own.
Yeah,
True.
there you go. Okay.
True,
I disagree with a few of those, but yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. And the vehicle?
Vehicle of choice.
Skylinks, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to go Skylink.
It was a space chicken
100%.
indeed.
Space.
All right. Well. Do we have to
Sorry,
play a stinger?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do the stinger.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if they could become something more. To see if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could.
Frank, you're going to be working at a school again soon.
Correct.
I want, for the next time we get the team Stinger playing, I just want the room to go dark and then strobe lights to come on and just a bit of, maybe a disco ball or something, just for that 10 seconds. Can we just get...
What does that have to do with me working at a school?
Well, because maybe you got the technology to make that happen. I don't know. We don't have that
The
equipment.
resources.
The
Oh,
resources.
yeah. I'll
There
steal
was
it
a
from
man.
the drama
I
department.
just want to say, like, it's a lot easier to dance after a beer and a half, and it being like, in the evening as opposed to 4 a.m.
Yes.
and I'm crawling out of bed, putting coffee directly into my veins.
That's it. Because when we normally talk to you, we're like, we're
guys are
we're
in-
a beer and a half deep. It's
You
10
guys are
p.m.
in the
our
future.
time. Yeah. And you're like, oh, it's so early.
Okay, I'll have a beer.
All right, Scotty, take us through the team, rules, regulations, parameters.
So as we started, it is G.I. Joe villains, 82 to 87. For our team, we select a leader. We select a muscle, your big beefy character. We have a wheel person, the driver of a vehicle of some description. The specialist, and it is widely open to whatever that person specialises in. And of course, the mode of transport, the A-team van, as you would.
Yep.
How do these guys get around? And can it carry all of them or just a single rider?
Beautiful. All right.
So we'll put our votes in, and then at the end of this, we're going to have a robust discussion around what is the ultimate version of the team.
Yep.
Okay,
Cool.
Colin, I think you can start us off. Scotty's taking notes. Let's go.
So, 82 to 87. There's the obvious. There's Cobra Commander. There's and Serpentor, right? Like Serpentor is the greatest military genius of all time. But who does everybody listen to? It's not Cobra Commander. It's not Destro. It's not Serpentor. It's the Baroness. The Baroness can play games. She can get Cobra Commander on side. She can get Destro on side. She can get Serpentor on side. She can get Dr. Mindbender on side. She's my leader.
Ooh,
Oh,
good
interesting.
Call.
Good call.
Good call. All right. All right. I went largely on aesthetics, not understanding, that sort of the hierarchy that goes with the law. I to my mind, just looking at aesthetically, Destro was kind of the standout. When you're talking to your boss, you look for visual clues, right? Your little facial tics or whatever. Destro doesn't have that, right? Yeah. He has no tell. He'd be an amazing poker player. But I stayed away from the obvious. I went with the Techno Viper, who is actually his, they all have their, saboteur or whatever they are. He is a battlefield technician. And I'm like, if you've got a team that you need to lead, that's what you want that guy is as a battlefield technician to be literally planning the battle for you. And he looks dope because he has just this insane purple. Yeah. There's no question he's a bad guy. Yeah. He's got a mask, he's got a backpack and laser guns and stuff. That was my vote.
Love the tech. I had the Techno Viper as a kid. I had that one. And I recollected him, one of my faves. I did go the obvious. I went all obvious. So I'm Captain Obvious tonight. I went with sort of... We didn't touch on the Dreadnoks and their leader, Zartan. Zartan?
Yes.
Yep. But we had some good shout-outs. Obviously, Cobra Commander. I love Serpentor. I think flying around on his, jet sled, hoverboard type thing, that's pretty intimidating. But if you ever put your head in the Shino Borlo, Homer, did you put your head in the Shino? When you see
I
that?
may have done that once or
I
twice.
was going to say.
you see the boss walk up through the reflection in Homer's head. I couldn't go past Destro because just going up and having a conversation and seeing your reflection in his face. You're sweating, you're feeling the fear. He's giving you nothing, and that chrome face, and he's a pretty bad boy, right? Destro, open shirt, bit of chest hair,
Pimp Daddy.
Show him if you got him.
Pimp D. So I'm going Destro. I think Cobra Commander falls down on the voice. It looks, whoa, man.
Yep.
I'm going to take orders from this guy.
That's a bit of Starscream.
Exactly.
Too high.
High
pitched.
All right.
Agreed.
All right. Well, for me, I purely went from the bio cards. I studied all the
Larry
bio
Harmer?
cards. Yep, Mr. Larry Harmer, so credit where credit's due. I went with 1986, Cobra Emperor, Serpentor. From long dead genetic blueprints, they produced a composite clone with the military genius of Napoleon, the ruthlessness of Julius Caesar, the daring of Hannibal, and the fiscal acumen of Attila the Hun. The ultimate Cobra emperor, a master of political intrigue and brilliant tactician.
Whoa!
Mic drop.
Okay. Done.
You almost did.
In the comic books.
I went for the bio cards.
In the comic books, so the cartoon and the comic books are very different. But in the comic books, when he's introduced as Cobra Island has just been established. The Joes are trying to invade. He is wounded. He gets in front of his troops. He's leading them to the battle. It is amazing. Because he's got that. He's able to manipulate the troops in a way that makes them want to follow him.
Yeah.
As opposed to Cobra Commander, who,
yells a lot.
Yells a lot. Yeah.
Cracks a whip. Yeah.
Well,
call.
I'm going to say, Colin, you're 100% on target, mate. But the reason I chose the Baroness is hot leather. I'm sorry. If you've got to go to work, there's got to be something to look forward to.
You'd follow that ass anyway.
Yeah. Your boss cracking around in the full head to toe leather bodysuit. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Good one. I love the variety.
They clearly
With
don't
one
have
double,
HR
yeah.
in Cobra,
No.
do they?
Would think so. The highest priority, is it?
No. All right. Next one.
Muscle was our next choice.
Oh, I
Colin,
love
you
this.
get to kick off again.
So, I am a slight guy. So when we talk about muscle as big and brawny, I don't go that way. Like I'm thinking of, who's going to get in there and do the job. And there's a bunch of different people who could be there. Storm Shadow would be a great example. Firefly would be a great example.
Yep.
I went with Zartan. Because Zartan is the guy who took down, not only did he take down the Hardmaster, who trained Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, but he did it in a way that framed Snake Eyes for it, which led to Storm Shadow joining Cobra. So he's got this tactician. But I mean, somebody who can take down a master ninja like that has the chops. Here's somebody who lives in the Everglades, who is rowdy enough to tame Thrasher and Buzzer and Ripper and a Torch. So this is a guy you don't want to mess with, and I think he's muscle.
Yeah. Nice call.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, sticking with my aesthetics theme, it's hard to go past someone. Not many action figures come with boxing glove accessories.
Yeah.
All right. So and that the helmet just gives it that real, I don't know, Mad Maxi type sort of vibes to him, or Weapon X even perhaps. Big Boa from 1987. He even comes with the accessory of it's a boxing glove on a stand that has Joe's written on it, and he's just like punching it out. Amazing. He's ripped. He's the trainer, right? He trains the other guys to fight. So why would you not want that guy?
There
your
was
muscle?
supposed to be a Rocky G.I. Joe figure, and they had an arrangement with Stallone.
Yeah.
And then whoever did the Rambo line came in, offered more money, and he switched.
Galoob, was it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Galoob
So,
did, yep.
but up until Rocky, there was going to be, and it's so embedded that when you go back through the Order of Battle comic books, Rocky comes up in issue 1 or issue 2 because of it's alphabetical order.
Yep.
And he's listed, and then they do a retraction the next issue to say no, Rocky was never part of the team. And the body, they were going to use a variation of the Big Boa body, and they were supposed to be rivals. Like, it was like Boa versus
cool.
Rocky. So
Wow.
And I think it's in Brazil. Help me out here, Colin. It came with a kangaroo.
yes,
Back in.
that's
Yep,
true.
True.
That's
So
true.
he's meant to be
Boxing
Australian
kangaroo.
or just
No. Just but you know how
They
they
box.
come with boxing kangaroo. Yeah.
You know, with Halloween that's just been, one of the funniest clips I saw was just this montage of kangaroos that had come up, and the people have the animatronic witches or whatever in their front yards, and they'd get close enough to trigger the sensor, and this thing would start moving, and then they just back on the tail and just wham, absolutely destroy these things. It was just a 60-second compilation of that, just these kangaroos getting scared and then just leaning back and just demolishing these things.
full on.
Amazing.
Good call, everyone, so far. Scotty's got the page open to one. I had Big Boa up there. It was a toss-up between two. And Big Boa, in terms of the figure, is probably the most ripped. but I reckon I got to give it to Crocmaster this time.
Ooh, okay.
If you're coming packed in with a croc that you're wrestling, that's next level, right? If you're going bare knuckle with a croc, hats off to you. That's some full on, not only muscle, but just insanity.
Nah, 100%.
Not going to be scared of much.
Nah.
Yeah. For the first time tonight, Trent's right. So I went also with 1987 Cobra reptile trainer Crocmaster, former alligator wrestler. Right, I need to highlight that again. That's written in bold on my phone here. Former alligator wrestler and burglar alarm salesman. Prior to joining Cobra, he attempted to commercialize the use of alligators for home security.
Oh, wow.
I love the fact he's an alligator trainer. Like,
So-
you could train an alligator.
So on the same team, we have an alligator security salesperson and an accountant because we have Raptor, right? Like,
yeah.
the team is weird.
Well, we've got
Scotty.
another crossover in this category as well. I don't even have to flip the page here
he's there.
because sitting right above Crocmaster is my choice, Big Boa.
Yeah.
And it's essentially for the same reasons you put forward, Frank, that he is a mammoth of a man. All the accessories to indicate that he's, no mess, no fuss, and, just he's there to brutalize the enemy essentially by fear, by sheer force of muscle.
Yep.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Good stuff.
All right.
All right. Wheelman is our next option. Colin?
Specialist first.
Specialist. So we got my team has Zartan. It has the Baroness. So my specialist choice was James McCullen the 24th, otherwise known as Destro.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the guy, the brain power behind Mars Industries, loyal to the Baroness, the man who's creating the hardware and the vehicles that are going into battle. It's got to be Destro.
Fair enough. I struggle with this one because, like, the G.I. Joes, they all have their little, like, tagline. They're all specialists in something, right? So I went back and forward with Crystal Ball I looked at, who was a bit of a mind control, but, like, ripped off Craven's look from the look of him. Similar thing with Dr. Mindbender. Even Snow Serpent, because I'm like, you need a snow mission guy, but that's even worse than an Aquaman type thing, because how many missions are in the snow?
There's a lot in Canada.
Fair. Well, I actually went with someone who is literally, I thought you needed a sneaky guy or a saboteur, so I went with Firefly, who is literally, he's the Cobra saboteur. He's got the machine gun. He's got his backpack, which I think is meant to have explosives in it or something like that. And he just, he's got the balaclava going. You just that's the guy who is just going to do whatever it takes to, do what you need. Just go do what you do the thing.
I think I misread this question when you said specialist, because I went with Dr. Mindbender, who is an orthodontist.
Yeah, that's a highly specialized.
That's
a lot of training for
lot of training, and I just love the bit with his outfit that, like, he's gone from, like, wearing maybe a suit or some scrubs maybe if he's doing some operations, to, like, what I put on braces for people's teeth.
Yep.
What I'm going to do in my getup is wear I'm just not going to have any shirt, and I'm just going to wear a metal gimp suit with some braces. I just love the complete direction, the tonal shift.
That's a real sea change, isn't it?
It's a real sea change from the dental chair to criminal organisation and getting around in a cockpiece.
And look, the village people moustache and the monocle.
The monocle.
It's a king figure. It's a top 5 GI Joe
Isn't
of
it?
all time.
It's
isn't
so
it?
iconic.
Thanks for the free parking.
You've got your cake to keep you warm, so yeah. All right, specialists. Frank, you're on the ball. 1984 Cobra saboteur.
Yep.
Firefly.
Yeah.
I was so close to losing Storm Shadow. It was
That's
so
where I
close.
looked. Yeah.
So Firefly, primary specialty sabotage, demolitions, and terror. All right.
Just straight up.
there is no question about his infiltration skills, since no one has ever reported seeing him enter or leave any target area.
What about an alligator?
Mic drop. No.
No alligator alarm system?
Firefly is the person.
Alligator going, warning, warning, intruder alert.
It's trying to tell people he's seen him, but he can't speak, so he's just sitting there going,
What's that, girl?
yeah, good call.
Nice. Well done. Good one. I actually went through 3 choices here. I had Dr. Mindbender as my first option. I like that whole mentalist aspect where you could influence other people to do stuff for you. And then Colin posted some additional details in our chat earlier in the week, and I instantly erased Dr. Mindbender and I put Sea Slut in there instead.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Sea Slut. It's an official figure. It's on Colin's list. Yeah,
I think that's a typo, is it? Is that a typo?
Yeah, it was totally a typo. It's a sea
Oh, no,
slug
that's in the
Sea slug.
canon now. Colin said it, it must be true.
Sea slut.
with a B cup.
Sea Slug is the correct pronunciation there. But I settled on Bats.
Yeah,
the,
good call.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
the Cobra android trooper who is kind of like your Roboto from Masters of the Universe that designed for any scenario, all the tools of the trade packed in there. And look, you need to get into a room, you want to break into a car, you want to open a can of chips or a bottle of beer. All the attachments.
That's where I get all my chips from.
Pringles. I know what the man's
attachments.
talking about. He's even got a hand designed for Pringles.
Yeah,
Pringle,
that's it.
Pringle opener.
Can't get the one at
Let me
the
just
bottom
use
of
the
the
ring pull on these chips. Like,
And I don't want to tip it because then I'll get all these crumbs going everywhere.
That's a highly specialized
It
trade.
is. Yeah.
I'll never look at Pringles the same way again. Like,
Good call.
Very
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yep.
It's probably in my mind. Like I know we got the bios and we got all the the information, but just looking at the toy, he looks like a specialist with all those different attachments. So it's a really good call.
All right. Our wheelman, our driver, is next. Colin, what do you like? Who is your man or
All right.
woman?
This hurts me because I really want to go with my favorite Cobra toy, which is the his driver. I just love that red and blue combo. But I wanted to keep it to non-anonymous regular troops.
Yeah.
So I went with Wild Weasel. I mean, this is a person who can save the day in a dogfight with the Sky Striker of all things. Like he's a pilot. He's a specialist in that regard. He's the best at what he is to do, and so he's my call.
Awesome.
isn't it Sky Striker is a Joe vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a famous issue. I think it's 35, issue 33 maybe. It's a dogfight between the Sky Striker and Ace and the Rattler and Wild Weasel.
Right.
And it ends in a draw. And there's this beautiful one-page spread where they're out of ammunition, they're out of bombs, they're out of missiles, and they're just passing each other, and they're just saluting each other.
Oh.
And the Baroness is behind him in the Rattler, and Lady J is behind Ace in the Sky Striker. Lady J, and they're like, "Why are we going? Like, what are we doing? Why are we going back to base?" And there's just silence in the front because they're like, "We're at the same level in our game. We're the top of our game, and it's a draw. That's the only way.
It's a
it can
mirror
win
match.
this."
Yeah, beautiful. Well, he's already gotten shouted out tonight. I thought, Wheelman, you want precision, you want something who's just got the better reactions than a human. 1986, the Bats Trooper for me, because he's just like, yep, he's got all the onboard computer. Cars these days have got more sensors than anything else. He's got it all, and he can drive anything and do it all. And if he crashes or whatever, he's like, I don't care. I don't even need to wear a seatbelt. I'm a robot.
And I can open your Pringles.
Well, it's good for the road trips, isn't it? When you go have
Just
some
keep.
snacks.
Do you need a rest? No.
Yeah, good call. I went with the name for this one, and then realised the name has nothing to do with the specialisation. So I think he's more into demolitions than fixing vehicles. But I went with Monkey Wrench, one of the dreadnoughts.
Oh, okay.
Thinking that if you need to fix a head
The
gasket,
mechanic, yeah.
get out your monkey wrench.
What does he actually do, though?
I think he's like bombs
Right.
and shit.
Is that
blowing shit up.
Is that something you really want behind the wheel of your chosen vehicle?
Well, if you're in the movie Street Fighter and you've got to do a distraction and send in that bomb car,
Yep.
then it is. So monkey wrench all the way.
All right.
All right, fair enough. So for the Wheelman, I went with a character that came with a vehicle because he's, designed to drive or fly or whatever. 1986, the Cobra stun pilot, Motor Viper. All right, really, really cool design. Full shield helmet, blue outfit type thing. From the excerpt from the bio, enjoys driving at high speeds and find amusement in danger.
Amusement in danger.
Amusement in danger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoys
You
it.
like that?
Enjoys it. Yep. Enjoys driving at high speeds and finds amusement in danger.
When he's got Baroness sitting beside him.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, all right, good. I like that one. That's very good. Well done, Ben. My choice is a very unique character. I've chosen Thrasher for two reasons only. Well, look, on his bio card here, he is the Thunder Machine driver. So he is designated as a vehicle specialist, as a driver. But it's his side hobbies that sold me on this guy, okay? So amongst his two things he really enjoys in life is a tatters crop top torn off T-shirt to wear.
Why not?
It looks like he's pulled it straight out of the trash. But it's his love of lacrosse that sells me. And it's a lacrosse bat or weapon or whatever it is that he has as his packing accessory. Blew my mind. I'm like,
He literally comes with a lacrosse stick.
yes, he comes with a lacrosse stick. as his
Lacrosse
weapon
is
of
actually
choice.
one of the fastest played sports in the world.
Yeah.
True
The
story.
way they flick that around.
Yeah.
It is a spiked lacrosse stick.
A spiked
why
lacrosse.
why they have our kids play it at school is beyond me because it's an incredibly hard sport
It's
to play.
hard, yeah.
Uh,
Hand-eye coordination skills.
Anyway.
I love the fact Larry Harmer, when he's writing these file cards, has his like military knowledge, but then his everyday Joe knowledge, and he just kind of meshes them together. He's like, Dr. Mindbender enjoys dental work, but also he's crazy.
Wrestles crocodiles by day
Yep.
and trying to make it a burglar system, as well. Yeah. Crazy,
Wonderful.
crazy.
Vehicle
All right,
time.
vehicles.
All right.
Mode of transport.
Mode of transport.
Not many animals in the Joe Kingdom, like in terms of ride-on animals.
Like a horse, you mean? No,
Yeah, a
no,
horse,
there's
a donkey,
not.
an
There's a
elephant.
lot of critters that come with
Yeah.
various ones,
Yeah.
right?
Dogs.
There's alligator, wolf, famously with,
Yeah.
with snake eyes, but no, nothing you can ride.
Is that going to be yours, Scott? Is that a pretense to you?
No,
I'm trying
just
to
I was
find
kind of thinking about it. Like
Right.
other lines we've done.
Yeah.
As
Creatures,
steeds are
yeah.
predominant in the line, but I didn't come across any
Any
ride-on
ride-ons, yeah.
vehicle
Yeah.
animal
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not that I can think of. I never thought of that before, so which is interesting.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because, like, one of the things, I'm a historian, and World War II is fascinating, and we talk about, the Blitzkrieg of 1940 and the fall of France, and there's so many, horses that are still used in war in the Second World War, and what we consider a blitzkrieg was not actually as fast as that. There's a bunch of other things, but it's interesting to think even as late as the 40s they were still using cavalry, right? So anyway,
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
All right, Colin. Vehicle of choice.
all right. Here's where I bend the rules a little bit because it falls within the 1982 to 87 year, and it is a toy. But it's from the United Kingdom, and it's from the Red Shadows, and it is the Robo Skull. Because there is nothing
man.
more terrifying than a TIE fighter with a skull stuck on it coming at you. And paired with Wild Weasel, you can't go wrong.
The colours are right too. Is that actually got the G.I. Joe logo on it, or is it?
So we have to stretch the truth a little bit here because it's Action Force. Which becomes G.I. Joe the Action Force, but technically no, it's not. It's not a Cobra vehicle, but I will stand by that choice. If you make me, I will come up with my follow-up.
We were having this discussion in the car today, and I said, Ben is a stickler for the
Yes.
rules.
We gotta make rules, Sam. We have to
Without
have
rules, the whole
Yeah,
machine
yeah.
breaks down.
In all
Sorry for
honesty,
being that guy.
in all honesty,
love
if
it.
you are being in that universe 82 to 87, it's got to be the Hiss tank, right?
Right.
I I would do a variation that was released through Sears called I can't remember what it's called, but it's a red variant of the HISS tank that comes with a red variant of the mobile missile system. So you've got missiles and you've got guns. I love the HISS tank. There's nothing more iconic in G.I. Joe than the HISS tank. It has one big problem with it, which is that the guns don't go down low enough. So if you get right up to it, they're useless.
You're in its blind spot.
Yeah, you're totally in the blind spot. But it has the added advantage of gunner, driver, 2 passengers.
Yeah.
So
Good call.
Good
and it's black like the A-Team fan.
How many people can you fit in the Robo Skull?
2.
Well, there's 2 on the wings screaming. So
2 in the cockpit. If
2 in the cockpit.
Yeah. Okay, Frank, what do you got?
All right. I did look at that one because I figured the HISS tank would be popular, but I did see the Sears one you were talking about. The other one that sort of caught my eye was the Cobra Night Raven. Like it had just a real like
I love
X-Men, the X-Jet sort of vibes to it. Again, I don't know that it could carry 4 people, so I sort of scratched that one off my list. So I ended up going with the 1986, the Dreadnought Thunder Machine.
Yes.
Because I'm just like, this is Mad Max, right? It can definitely carry 4 people, even 5 from what I was seeing. It's just got that striking red and blue sort of color scheme. It's got the massive gun at the front. It's got a bull bar. Like it's prepared to crash through anything.
It's a Trans Am front.
Yeah.
And double Gatling guns on top of it. Like it is totally mad.
And it's funny, when I looked this stuff up and there was, I think I used Transformerland. I don't know if you're familiar. Yeah, amazing, because they actually have all the, even instructions on it. The amount of bits you have to assemble, like you don't just pull it out the box. There's like 10 different steps where you've got to click this in, then you've got to feed the ammo through like the gun belt thing. You have to assemble these vehicles, which it blows my mind.
The only thing better than a Thunder Machine is a Thunder Machine that turns into Soundwave. Yeah. That's, I was going to say Starscream. But that's cool. Very good call. I can see the team getting around in that, and it's a badass, kick-ass vehicle. Yep. And we had some weird guys like Mr. Crop Top.
Mr. Crop Top.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Lacrosse top.
He's like lacrosse. Yeah, he's like Mad Max. All the way. Isn't he?
Yes.
Steve Schultz would get around.
He's totally a sea slut.
Yeah. I had to go with, again, Captain Obvious, the HISS tank. Not only is it one of the coolest looking vehicles, it fits the colour aesthetic of the A-Team vibe, which I think that black with a bit of red is perfect. It's a great vehicle, fits all 4. I don't have the original toy, but Colin did hook me up with the HasLab, the G.I. Joe classified version. I have it on my kind of the table I have in my toy room.
I think when Colin went into your room, he patted it like a cat.
He stroked it like a cat. Yeah, it was fantastic. That's right. For all the reasons Colin said, super iconic. I just think I was watching this clip about the realism of Joe vehicles, right? Or the fact where they would fail militarily. And it was like, this guy's riding around in like, he would shoot this and it would blow, whatever would go wrong.
Yeah.
But the HISS tank was top heavy. They were saying like that thing would just like tip over. But who cares? It's a fantastical world. Who cares about physics? It's a toy. I'm going with the HISS tank.
All right, very cool. Frank, we've synced up again.
Hey.
Vehicle 1986. I've called out Cobra. A couple of times I've called out Cobra La with Serpentor. I thought I'd throw in a bit of Dreadnought love. So 1986, Dreadnought Thunder Machine. The Dreadnought's Thunder Machine is a jet-powered, 4-wheeled land vehicle.
Jet-powered.
It's fully equipped with high-tech battle gear specifically designed by the enemy weapons supplier Destro. So it's got his stamp of approval.
Yep.
And if it's, if he gives the stamp of approval, then damn, it must be pretty amazing.
Good enough for me.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Oh, some really compelling arguments you guys are putting forward. The Thunder Machine is a gnarly looking beast.
You've got you called out his driver. So.
Thrashes there with his cross stick. The HISS tank is so iconic. Perfect. I was a little bit concerned, but for either of those vehicles, there just wasn't the capacity for a 4-man crew. And if war movies have taught me anything, you want to put 4 men into a confined space, it's going to be a tank. And It is the cat. It is the Crimson Attack tank. That's what I've chosen. It is your black and red aesthetic, so it suits the A-Team. It blends in with all the other vehicles that we've chosen here. But this is just your old-fashioned World War II style tank. It's tank treads. It's heavy armor, big gun on the front. But you know you can jam 4 men into a sweaty box and they'll be fine.
Well, maybe 3 men and a woman.
That's
Very
very
exciting.
tiny.
At the top.
Yeah.
So the Crimson Attack tank is a repaint of the Mobat.
The Mobat, yeah.
And so while the Mobat itself as a toy can only hold one properly inside of it, and it has one terrible weakness, which is you can't actually, like, he just sort of stands up. Like, there's no cover for it.
Oh, it doesn't
But
fit in the whole tank concealed. Okay.
the Mauler does. The Mauler has space for 3 characters that can go right in the tank, but the Mobat does not. It's still an amazing vehicle. But in the comics, obviously, it's a 3 or 4 person tank. And there's a great scene where there's a parade. G.I. Joe has been induced to participate in the parade. Cobra's trying to make a play for the Mobat, for its tech. And because it's a parade, they're not allowed to carry ammunition in the tank, right? Even if they did have it, they couldn't fire on civilians. I mean, not yet. Give Orange a little bit of time.
Yikes.
What they do is they have Breaker Steeler inside of it, and Breaker is chewing his bubble gum as he always does, and he pops it, and it makes the sound like a cannon blast. And they convinced the Cobra troopers that it was a warning blast over their heads, and it's just because it's so loud, right? But it is awesome for that. The other thing I'll say about the Crimson Attack tank is there's a Canadian-only variant, really hard to get. I paid $300 for mine. It's called the Cobra Combat Tank, and it's all black.
Yeah, right.
And it was only available at a store called Consumers Distributing. So
There you go.
Interesting.
Very good.
All right.
and now you know the rest of the story.
The whole story.
All righty. Do we need a recap? Do we?
We
wanna, do we? Do we
So now we're going to run through our choices for leader. We had Dr. Mindbender. We had 2 choices for... Sorry, I'm ringing the wrong list. Let me start again. So
Scroll up.
Destro was a choice. Techno Viper, Serpentor, and 2 choices for the Baroness. Now, these are all excellent, all sort of established as leadership in the Cobra commanders and stuff like that. Who is ultimately going to lead our team?
I do like the idea of the Baroness whispering in the ear of the current leader to take over. Like she's a lot cooler secondary character than Starscream. If you understand,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You know, like
Comparison,
that swindle deals
Yep.
to and then all of a sudden she's in power.
Yeah.
She's the shadow power.
Yeah.
She's
So,
the power behind the throne.
she might be the one leading, you know, and giving all the rules, but then on the podium there might be somebody else thinking they're in power, but in actual fact she's whispered everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
made all the.
Does that make
the
sense?
plays.
and black leather.
Yeah.
Wasn't it, with the toy design, they were told not to, you know, make her skimpy and things like that. Like, don't make girls, like, you know, they're making these characters open chested, you know, showing all their abs, characters with no
Crop
tops on,
tops, yeah.
crop tops and things. So he decided, right, I'm going to make a female and I'm going to put her in full outfit,
toe.
like head to toe, not a inch of skin showing except for her head and her hands. And then in the comics and things, they made her very
Curvy.
Well,
abs.
and the other thing about, you know, when Larry Hama was doing the comics, like there are characters that show up. Quinn shows up in issue 2. He's an amazing character. He was one of my thoughts for Muscle, except he's a mercenary with a code. There's Scarface, who's a Cobra officer who's basically the victim of experimentation and whatnot. And the Baroness shows up, and it's at least 80. She comes out in what, 85 or 84? 84. So it's 2 years. She becomes so popular that she shows up in the comics, or she starts in the comics, shows up in the cartoon, and then they make a figure of her, as opposed to she's a figure.
So
we're
she
putting her.
was
Comics
designed
first.
prior to.
She was
the,
in G.I. Joe #1 in
She
1982.
was. Yeah, wow. I never thought of her that.
It's like a
that
Harley
way.
Quinn style.
Literally
Yeah,
the
yeah.
behind the scenes.
Oh, that's
So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, we're happy. So that's a big
Yeah,
call.
let's
Like
go
I'm
Baroness.
happy with Baroness, but it is knocking out Serpentor,
Yeah,
who is
Serpentor was my call.
on
Yeah.
paper the leader of all leaders, because it's basically the culmination genetically of every great military.
But I
leader of
think
all
I think
time.
Baroness is still in the shadows.
Right, you reckon
Talking to
the
him.
fact that she's so clever, she
Well,
kind of has
she's
him under.
Well, yeah, she always whispered to Cobra Commander, and then she had a love interest with Destro, and then I believe she ties the the Trinity with Serpentor to whisper in his ears as well.
Did we have Baroness in any other categories?
We did not.
The other thing about the Baroness is there's a scene. So in the comics, Cobra Commander, we never see his face. He goes into exile. With
93 episode issue 93.
no, this is in the 50s and 60s.
Oh,
right?
sorry,
He
okay.
comes back in around the 90s, but
Right.
he goes into a bit of exile, and he gets shot in the back by Crimson Guardsman by the name of Fred 8. And Fred takes the battle armor that he's built for Cobra Commander, wears it himself, walks in, presents himself as Cobra Commander. Everybody's skeptical. Baroness says, well, the only person here who can tell if it's actually Cobra Commander is me, because I'm the only person who's ever seen his face. So they go in the back room. Fred is sweating because he's like, the gig's up, right? She takes one look at him and she's like, I can play this. And marches out and said, this is absolutely Cobra Commander. And then they go forward with the story. So again, with the manipulation, like, doesn't matter if it's Serpentor, if it's Cobra Commander, if it's Fred, it's always going to be her.
Happy?
Okay.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lock it in,
Baroness.
Eddie.
Done.
Next category.
All right, next category is our team muscle. We had some good choices here. Crocmaster, Big Boa, another Crocmaster, and another Big Boa, and then the Master of Disguise himself, Zartan, to round out. So we've got two double-ups here. And a standout figure who honestly could feel the position anyone on the team could be. He could be a muscle in any way, shape, or form, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Old Zartan.
Should I cast the deciding vote since I was the Zartan champ?
Yeah.
Well, up to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
go
for it.
Yeah.
Do it.
What do you
Go
think?
on. If you had to pick
I would
one.
actually
And
say Crocmaster.
Crocmaster.
I think you're coming in with a crocodile like no one's messing with you.
Well, you're a powerhouse of two, and police dogs and things like that. Criminals are more scared of the animal than they are of the police officer, right? So if you go in being Crocmaster with your gimp mask and things and your leather, literal scaled leather togs and stuff, and then you've got a crocodile next to you, they're going to be absolutely shitting themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas
Until they realise he can't actually go more than 3 meters without passing out and dying.
probably
But the flip side of that too, sorry, along the same lines, is the Croc is submissive to the Crocmaster because he's trained him, right? Like he has beaten this crocodile. So he doesn't want to, he's not going to give an inch against the enemy because he knows he's going to take his lickings when he gets home if he fails. And Crocmaster is just there to enforce it.
Wow.
dark.
That's brutal.
Is this a freshwater croc or a saltwater croc?
Makes a difference.
Does because
Because here in
those
Australia, that's a
they
significant
don't go
difference.
very far on land. Those
It's probably a freshwater because it's probably from the Everglades.
No, but read. I think it's an alligator actually. Just have a look at
As opposed
Crocmaster's.
to crocodile.
Yeah, I
he got his name really wrong, didn't he?
No, he calls himself.
doesn't work
Alligator.
very well.
He calls himself Crocmaster, but I think it's an
Yeah,
alligator.
raised it. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, what's the theory? Are we going with Colin's?
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah.
Colin being the expert, I'm happy to take the deciding vote. Lock in
And
Crocmaster.
as long as he has the voice like Bane from the Harley Quinn cartoon, because he's got the mask like
Yeah.
Bane.
All right. Highly contentious. Our specialist. We had Dr. Mindbender, and I like that choice. I think that's pretty good. 2 choices of Firefly for the team.
Ooh.
We had the Bats and Destro.
This
All
one's
strong
hard.
choices.
I think Destro's too much of an ego in that sort of role.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be clashing with Baroness, trying to no, I should be the leader. Rah, rah. Yes, he can do all the things we talked about, and he's got the, all the tools of the trade. But I think I feel like there's too much of a Starscream Megatron sort of vibe going on there.
To me, Destro's always been the weapons dealer, so he's
okay.
as quick to sell weapons to G.I. Joe as he
Make
is
a
to the Dreadnoks, to Serpentor, to the Cobra.
He's got a suitcase full of cash, doesn't
Exactly,
he?
exactly. So he's
Burning that money to light his cigars.
pretty much. Yeah.
Well, we had 2 for Firefly. I mean, that's a...
Yeah.
Firefly was mine and Frank's, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Demolitions and Fire. And
like he's the next best thing to Storm Shadow, but I think as a strategist, he's more of a
He's more
strategist
military and less ninja.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's more rounded, right?
And
I think he'd be great in a fight as well.
He's
right?
got
Like,
the Asagi tattoo, doesn't he?
he might. Everybody had at one point. Actually, so, like,
That's the red tattoo with the lines.
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter had one at one point. I'm
okay.
sure. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
No,
It felt like at one point
He had it on the
felt like-
left butt cheek.
Well, in
How do you know
93,
this?
you had so many ninjas
Issue
coming
48.
in because turtles were
Yeah.
so popular, and then when you did GI Joe Retaliation, everybody had ninja skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a
Firefly?
consensus that our specialist is Sea Slut.
All right, last category, Wheelman. What do we have?
Our Wheelman. So 3 different choices here. We had Monkey Wrench, Bats, Motor Viper, Thrasher, Lacrosse, and Wild Weasel. Now, Wild Weasel is a solid choice because top of the field in his chosen.
Does it translate to a ground vehicle? Or does he just get in and go, how do I use the clutch?
Yeah, well, that's right. The key goes where?
Yeah.
I was going to say it really depends upon what our vehicle is.
Yeah.
Depends
Yeah,
upon our
that's
driver.
true.
So
Well, like for context, when we did our Ninja Turtles episode, Raph dressed up as a magician made the cut as the Wheelman. So there's scope there, I guess is what I'm saying.
I do like the idea of the bat being the wheelman because you can sort of program that, Matrix style. Right, how do you fly this helicopter?
Upload.
But is that a bit like the AI cars that are driving themselves at this moment?
yes,
I mean, like
they don't.
AI
they
doesn't make a mistake while driving, ever.
They're not afraid of death, and so that has advantages and it has disadvantages for our team.
Big disadvantages for sure.
I mean, great at parallel parking.
That guy's getting too close.
I like. Well, they just, you can put your car in, automatic just does the parallel parking. You don't even take your hands off the wheel and away it goes.
Is anyone going to question where you park your his tank or?
It depends on the vehicle.
I'm
You
parking
park
here.
Your Hess tank
There's another
wherever
car there.
You want to
Not-
park your his
Not
tank.
for long.
Who are our choices again? Monkey
We got
Wrench, Wild Weasel,
Thrasher and
Motor Viper. Like Monkey Wrench is kind of a great choice. Thrasher's kind of a great choice. No, sorry. I would say Monkey Wrench. No, sorry. Thrasher is my second.
Which
choice.
one? Thrasher's
lacrosse
a
player.
dreadnought.
Yeah.
Oh, Thrasher's for the
Thrasher and Monkey Wrench are both dreadnoughts.
Well, if we go with should we have a look at the vehicle? Because if we choose
Yeah.
what vehicle, then
Yeah.
that might pair up
Okay.
beautifully
Yeah,
Well-
with the correct driver. Maybe
Is the tank a bit slow getting around for all missions?
100% it is.
Okay.
His tank. Yeah.
Do we need
We need jet
jet
power.
power?
Yeah.
Do we need jet
We
power?
need double Gatling guns. We need
Mad
Giant
Max
skull
vibes.
on the
Yeah.
windshield.
I
We
think
need
it's
four-wheel drive land vehicle that's heavily equipped with high-tech battle gear specifically designed by the weapons supplier Destro.
yeah.
And Destro's not even on the team at this point.
1986.
Well, he's designed it. I think
Yeah.
we can.
He gets a mention. He gets a credit in the movie.
I reckon it's pretty good, and it if it were a transformer, it would be Soundwave.
It
I
is.
reckon that adds
Yep.
extra
Yep.
extra
Yep.
points.
That's just a
Well, I think
future
if we
comic
go-
just waiting to come.
Are we happy to go with that vehicle? Then we get Thrasher as the kind of
That's
They're
the
paired
driver.
up. They
driver.
sync.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I would agree with that. I
All right.
would say though, I also, like Frank, thought a lot about
And then they can play lacrosse in their
the
downtime.
night raven.
Oh, the Night Raven, yeah.
So the night raven carries 2 in the cockpit. It has a detachable pod which carries a 3rd, and there's nothing saying that your entire team, in which you have a specialist, has to be in the air, right? Your leader doesn't necessarily have to be out in the team. They can be back strategizing. So you have the Baroness back and the 3 of them in the field, right? So it was on my list. I think it was my second, until I thought about a giant skull raining terror down on everyone.
What do we think?
Well, the Thunder Machine is the heart of what the A-Team essentially was. Just taking a junker, slapping armor on it, and just crashing into the scene
Crashing
and
through
causing
gates.
havoc.
Yep.
It's the essence of what the A-Team was built on.
I reckon lock it in.
Yeah.
And we get our
we'll do
Thrasher.
And Thrasher is
Thrasher.
the only one mad enough to drive
To
it.
drive
Because
it.
he
Yep,
loves high speed.
That's right. Oh, no, that was someone
That
else.
was
But
someone
yeah, I think that was Scotty's call.
Thrasher loves the left arse cheek tattoo.
Something like that.
Okay. Recap us, Scotty. Recap us with the G.I. Joe team. We almost need to play the da-da-da-da as he does the recap. Like just as a bit of background.
Okay. Yeah.
I can do it.
All right, our G.I. Joe villainous team, our Cobras for 82 to 86 are the Baroness, Crocmaster, Thrasher driving the Thunder Machine, and specialty backup wife, Firefly.
Hey.
Cool. Happy
I
with
think
that.
it's a
That's
pretty
I like
decent
That's a
team.
really
team.
solid
Really
team.
eclectic
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them together.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
All right, we have about 10 minutes or so left on this episode, and we did want to take the opportunity to talk about catalogs. How do you spell catalogs, Colin?
With a U and an E.
How many eBay listings did you miss with that search function?
My God. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible how many I
English
missed.
language is the most inefficient thing ever.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
I would find 10 on an eBay, and this was 15 years ago, right? And then I switched to dropping the UE, and suddenly it's 200, 300 listings. And now because eBay's terrible now, right? Like you put in like I'm looking for a Hasbro catalog, and you get here's a washing machine. Like, really? This isn't even the catalog of a washing machine. I don't understand. I'm excited to report that I just redid my list. I redid my bookshelf, and have ordered my 198th catalog.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's Hasbro 1981, not a particularly remarkable catalog other than it is the first appearance of something called My Pretty Pony. It's a 2-page spread. It's the precursor to My Little Pony.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I have, and I need to bring up my list, but I now have...
So you have a catalog of your catalogs. I love this.
It's the only way I can keep track of them. And what's terrifying is that I have 198 catalogs, and then I come over to Ben's house, and he flops down a 1986 Mattel catalog, a variant that I don't have, and he drops the Playmates 1984 catalog, another one that I don't have. So, I mean, I could have 200 tonight if I walk out of here right.
Play your cards, right?
Yeah, exactly. I have 1978 to... Oh, my eyes are so terrible. 2003. Wow. I have a bunch of pre-toy catalogs in there, 88, 89, 90, some in the early 90s. I have again, the eyes are bad. 4 UK Hasbro catalogs. 2, this is weird. I kid you not, 2 Japanese Hasbro catalogs, not Takara.
Okay.
And then Mattel I have I think I have 1981 and then everything from 1983 on.
Right.
So no 82.
No 82.
Is that because of He-Man? Is that why
I
that
think
one's
so.
sought after?
I think so.
Yeah.
Kenner's much harder because obviously Star Wars. So those catalogs have always been $200, $300 a piece.
I had the chance one day. I walked into Savers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you were saying.
I had the chance to buy a Kenner catalog or that
They
Mattel one.
weren't cheap though. I
No, they
remember
were
seeing
like
them.
$70 to $100 each, and that were Mad Balls, like a Hallmark one with Mad
right,
Balls and everything
okay.
like that. That was only like $30, but I just didn't have the money on me,
Yeah.
and I essentially had enough money to buy one, and I walked out with the Mattel one, so I
Yeah.
bought that. But just to find that in the wild, that's a once in a collecting thing in
Lifetime,
little old
yeah.
Adelaide. Just
Well, and it's such a
incredible,
weird
so.
thing to show up in an op shop too.
Yeah.
Mattel, I have 1980 to 1996, and the 2000. I have UK 91. I have Spain 1990. I have Hasbro Australia 19. I think it's 1991. That's a different page, so I got to scroll.
So
back.
just for the listeners, explain what we're talking about and how they're not just catalogues that you receive in the mail, that
Yeah.
these are very unique and highly sought after and demanding the prices that they are demanding.
Well, they were throwaways, right? So Toy Fair traditionally was in February in North America, in New York, and there was a Toy Fair in Toronto. There's one in London. I'm sure there was one in Sydney as well. All the toy manufacturers around would get together and they would show their wares, and they wanted to have something to present. So very much like you used to be able to go to a car dealership, and there would be all these little magazines in the back, and here is the Trans Am, and here's all the specs and all that stuff you find on the websites today. We had a paper copy of it. These were glossy, usually 9x12. Sometimes they were bound, sometimes they were glued. They could be 50 pages, they could be 250 pages, depending on the size of the company. And it was everything that was going to come out that year. Or what everything was planned to come out this year.
Yeah.
This is the
Marketing.
wonder of them, is that sometimes it was we don't have a prototype in place, so we're putting a picture,
yeah.
a silhouette, or
Artwork,
something like that. And in other times, it's like, well, we're planning to do this line, and then there's not enough interest in buying it. So these were directly given to retailers; they weren't given to consumers. They were often paired with line art catalogs, which was basically sort of an outline, hand drawn, My Little Pony or Transformer or He-Man figure that could be run very easily in a newspaper.
Yeah.
So you cut it out
You'd
almost
see it
yearbook
in the
style.
like advertising.
Yep.
Darren and I actually one day it was on Darren's list of things he wanted to do was he wanted to go through the archive. So we went down to the State Library and we sat with the microfilm and we'd pick 1982 or 1983 and we'd go through the newspapers that were all on microfilm.
Wow.
And we were chronicling the advertisements that were coming up in print media, and that they would use those images in that black and white because color photo could look a bit hokey on black and white, so they'd use those images. So it's really almost like a style guide. Here are some. And you see it in the Bunnings ads when they put all the images up. They just do it. Really, everything's consistent, all in that line art style.
I have a wonderful friend by the name of Estevan who Crazy Steve, who posts on Instagram, and he has been doing microfiche research for 30 years, and he has so many visual images of retailers advertising in this newspaper and that newspaper around the world, and he will go to a city and he will look at that, and he's finding it a little bit harder these days because they don't want you to take copies of the microfiche like you used to be able to, and he has colorized them in some sense. So he has an Instagram account. We can put it in the show notes, and you can see his recreation of some of the artwork. that's
Wow.
out there. Yeah, it's just beautiful. But he and I have talked catalogs for years. We have shared images back and forth, and the prototypes that are in there, like the second year of RoboForce, unreleased Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, third wave of Cops, second wave of Visionaries, Laser Beasts. You name it, all these different things that are in there, big and small, and or stuff that was just tail ended or dumped in the Australian market or the European market or the Canadian market. So there's just some amazing things out there, weird things out there too that you can find. There's in one of the UK catalogs, there's this G2 Laser Optimus Prime, but it's just an piece of animation, and it's all weird colors. It looks amazing. It's amazing to be able to see like what was supposed to come out each year, early prototypes, different color schemes, that sort of stuff. So, Unicron is a great example, right? There is a Unicron for the first movie. It's terrible. But Super 7 does a reasonable mock-up of what it would look like, which reassures you that it was terrible. But it never showed up in the catalog because it never made it that far along. They couldn't figure out that price point. Whereas somebody like Broadside had a completely different representation in the catalog versus what was released. Astro Train is more akin to what you see on the cartoon than what we got as
the grey.
Exactly.
So even looking through the Playmates catalogue, if you've got them in front of it there, you look at the flip to the Skeleton Warriors, which is a toy line that I've collected. In the catalogue, they've got 20 points of paintwork. In the actual physical release, they've only got like 5. And they feature more vehicles and things than they actually released. And is it Allura? Allura is the female character. She was never released, and yet she's there. She's in every episode of the cartoon.
It's always the way with those sorts of things, isn't it?
In G.I. Joe Extreme, when Kenner took over the brand, and they had the sort of McFarlane-style G.I. Joe figures, there was a character called Mayday. She's shown in the 96 catalog, but she was never released. I mean, there's some prototypes out there, but
So do you love this sort of stuff, like from the toy history part of it? Is that what sort of like draws you to these catalogs, or is it?
I was really lucky. So when I was 15 years old, my friend Andrew's dad was the owner of a variety store, and they had a toy store and a general store that eventually merged. And he needed somebody to break up the boxes because Andrew had progressed to being cash. So I was hired for $10 a week to go in after school twice a week to break up boxes, and sometimes it would take 15 minutes, and sometimes it would take 2 hours. It was always $10. And he would just throw these things out after he was done with them, and he didn't care if I took them home. So that was pre-Toy Fair and Toy Fair, Hasbro 88, 89, 90. I probably had like a dozen, 2 dozen. Went to university.
Were there others that, because you obviously being the love of Transformers, you would have been like, I'm grabbing the Hasbro ones.
Oh, absolutely.
But would you have been like, Playmates, Kenner?
I have a really weird one.
Straight in the baler.
I have a really weird one that's called Kenner Parker Tonka, which I think is only Canadian. It's sort of like those three. It's got a nondescript yellow cover. I can't even remember what's in it. But so I was grabbing other. There was other ones like there was a plush company, and I didn't care for that one. But most of them, if there was anything sort of tangentially with toys,
okay.
I would keep it. So I had maybe 2 dozen of these, right? So I go off to university in Ottawa. The internet comes along because I'm an old man, and somebody put up on one of the old alt.toy.transformers, like, it would be nice to have a list of all the Transformers. I broke out those catalogs, and I literally went, okay, we've got Wheeljack, we've got Rodimus, we've got Metroplex, we've got that. So I created this list that I thought was a one-off and would disappear. And then this guy, Robert Jung, took it over, and it was the definitive list for probably up until the wiki, probably, but maybe a couple of years before that. And so that was like, these things are really useful, right? And then eBay comes along. I figure out how to spell catalog it in an American way. I start getting more and more and more, and then start seeing the power of using them. And so I have written a couple articles for the old Transformers Club about some of those things.
You've been to cons speaking about it?
Yeah, last year we talked about this. I went to TF Nation and I did a presentation on Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, Italy, and Brazil. What came out of their Transformer catalogs for 84 and 85? That took an hour. Just the different variation. Germany was on that list as well. Like, it was just like, these are the ones that I've got a hold of. I went down to the Strong in Rochester, New York. They had, that was amazing. Oh my God, it was such a thrill. So the Strong has digitized a lot of their catalogs, and they had the Hasbro 1984 catalog. So for perspective, Hasbro wasn't in the UK market directly. They were doing their stuff through another company, and then they bought a company called Knickerbocker.
Yeah.
And so 84 was the first year they had a presence as Hasbro, and so their catalog comes out, and there's My Little Pony, there's Dukes of Hazzard, there's Knight Rider, and a bunch of other, like, either regional toy lines or things that I didn't really care about. And there's this, so that's it. And 84 is Transformers, right? Can't do G.I. Joe because G.I. Joe is still under license as Action Force to Palitoy. They eventually get that license back in, like, after Palitoy goes out of business. They go out of business in 85, and then Hasbro starts marketing them in 87 as Action Force, and later G.I. Joe the Action Force, and then eventually just G.I. Joe. But in the back of this catalog is a pullout, which is not uncommon in catalogs. You know, this is a last minute edition, and it's a full fold out poster, like 8-page fold out, so 2x4, and on one side is the entire listing of all the toys, and on the other side is just this amazing artwork and the excitement about it and what they're doing to market it and all this stuff. But on the black and white scan that they have, all you see is the front page and what looks like a black silhouette of a robot.
Oh, wow.
And Rochester's 4 hours from Ottawa. Canada Day is a holiday, obviously, in Canada. It's our the day we celebrate our independence from England in 1867. And it fell on a Monday. It's not a holiday in the States. And so I said, well, I can take Tuesday off. The library will be open 2 days. I went down specifically to see if this was going to pay off. Totally did. They had 84. They had 85. I took pictures. I was able to go and make this presentation. Last August for TF Nation, they did a fanzine. And I did a piece about Tailender Power Master 2s that came out as part of G2. I talked about some of the catalog stuff in that book, so it's influenced a lot of the stuff, and you know, I hope to be able to do little side projects here and there. I know you know, there's a couple of toy magazines out there I'd like to talk about some of that stuff. You know, I look at some of those Kickstarter hardcover books out there, not the toys that made us specifically, but the unreleased toy trilogy that they have.
Toys That Time Forgot.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Blake Wright.
Yeah. So, I mean, you see things like Starella from Sectors. That was another great find from it.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Very
Brilliant.
cool.
We're almost at time. I do want to ask one question, though. With all the catalogs and all the understanding of what was being released every year, what is your peak year for toys across the different companies? So if you go, you know, Hasbro, Mattel, Kenner, Playmates, if they're around, I mean, that's more 88. But is there a year where you just go, this was the best year for toys in terms of variety, in terms of what was out there? Is there a peak? Does it peak?
That's a really tricky question. I would say, without going through everything, and I'm with the caveat, I might change this answer. I would say 1985.
Yeah,
That seems to be the
and it's because, you know, 83 you've got My Little Pony. 82 you have Masters of the Universe. 84 you have Transformers. 82 is G.I. Joe. Turtles is much later. But those 4 lines are running. And so it's not
And
like...
you still have Star Wars as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 85, you will also have Secret Wars. You'll have Superpowers.
Dino Riders 85?
No, not quite.
I think it's.
I think Inhumanoids are in that
87.
in that
Dino
period.
Riders.
Yeah.
But like these iconic lines are running, and it's not like, oh,
1984 to 1985, Galoob Golden Girl.
Yay!
yeah. RoboForce is in there as well, which is not a major line, but is one. Sectors, like so you have these lines that. So you have a lot of in '85. You have a lot of lines that died.
Yeah.
And you have this amazing archive of toys that never made it. And then you have other ones. So instead of getting like G.I. Joe and you're getting 8 pages, you're getting 24 pages.
Yeah.
You know, you're seeing these...
Variety.
Yeah.
Choice and variety on the pegs would have been
Yeah.
overwhelming.
I think it's a really hard one to go past 85. Because like you say, I mean, you go 84, but some of them maybe haven't hit their strides yet.
When was Mask?
I think it's later.
Okay.
It's, like I think you miss a few of those.
You miss
things.
Mask. You miss Centurions.
Brave
you
Star.
You miss Brave Star.
Yep.
Yeah.
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's the sort of the trade-off. If you go to like, I wouldn't go 88, 89.
No,
like that's too late.
That's-
You've missed the.
Yeah.
And the other thing
No,
too
you've
is like
missed
those
Masters.
lines.
You've
Other
missed Star Wars.
You've missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than Turtles, toy lines after 1985 tend to be 2 or 3 years, right? Until you get into the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but like you said, Star Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Masters, they're all right. She-Ra starts is 86.
I think it's close. Yeah, it's around the 85, 86. I'm not sure because when did the Horde come out? Were they?
Well, the Horde...
Are they 85?
Yeah.
I reckon they're 85.
Yep.
I think She-Ra's 86.
Yeah,
but,
could be.
But again, Golden Girls is great. Like, oh my God,
Well,
that line is so
what
good.
number have I got? 86
86,
there.
yeah.
So there's She-Ra in there. So, yeah.
Well, a couple other toy lines that would have been out there that we sort of overlooked would have been Barbie, would have been
Of
Red
course.
Hot.
Yes, of course. Hot
Care
Wheels.
Bears would have been
Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage
Kids.
Patch.
Cabbage Patch Kids
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, My Little Pony and Pound Puppies and stuff like that we don't sort of think of all the time. But they would have been lining up and they would have been filling toy aisles back then.
Yeah.
The other
Crazy
thing
market.
too is 85 is kind of the last year that Hasbro does this, where they're doing cross marketing. So you get a lot of ephemeral, right? Like you get ephemera, you get puzzles and paint by numbers and painted statues that are branded, right? Like they sort of move away from that too. But yeah, so that's another thing that
Very
you get
cool.
to see.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, I was flipping through this 86 catalog, and I had forgotten that, of course, like you go into the Hot Wheels section, and there is a Masters of the Universe stunt set.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got the cars.
They're with the
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. The Snake Mountain stunt set.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Crazy.
Wonderful. Well, good to chat. We got our team sorted. We know all a little bit more about the catalog, the history of catalogs.
We can
And
spell catalog.
as we can spell it, and we'll celebrate. We'll hit the magic confetti button that drops balloons and confetti and maybe a dead skeleton from the ceiling. When Colin hits 200 catalogs at some point in the near future. Colin, thank you so much.
Later tonight, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. I think you'd have to pry those catalogs out of Ben's sweaty dead hands.
Yeah.
Colin, a massive thank you to fit us in on your trip to make a 5-day pit stop, send Beth back to Canada so you can hang out with the boys for 5 days in little old Adelaide. So thank you so much for making the effort to come down and visit us and take up the Patreon Toy Power experience.
Oh, thank you for having me. I've appreciated this so much. It's, second time in Australia. First time we did Sydney. We did Canberra. I'm a big political nerd, so I had to go see the legislature. And then, but like, I love Melbourne. I love Adelaide. So I think these are my towns in Australia.
Who would have thought when you were looking for something to listen to on a podcast that would lead you here? Like,
well, we were talking about that last night, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's heaps of Transformer podcasts, and I know a lot of the guys who work on them, and usually at the end of hour 2, I'm ready to throttle somebody. They've either said something I disagree with, they've said something that is just wrong. Usually they're similar, or it's like, oh my god, I don't have to talk for 5 hours about this toy that came out then, and Toy Power is the perfect length, like. You know, and I was saying last night, this is true. Like when you guys do an episode that is a little longer than 60 minutes, even if it's 2 hours, it's a treat rather than an ordeal. So
there you go.
Thanks, mate.
Beautiful.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Colin, and thank you, gentlemen, for another great evening. And to all our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Toy Power, and to all our Patreons, your legends. Thank you so much for your ongoing support and chatter on the Discord. Stay safe. Take care of one another. Careful around Christmas time. Those car parks can be hard to get. Just watch out and keep everyone safe. And we will see you around the toy aisles.
And until next time, good journey!
You can find the Toy Power team at all the usual online places. Facebook.com/Toy Power Podcast, at Toy Power Podcast on both Twitter and Instagram, or have your say and email us, toypowerpodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to the show on both iTunes and Stitcher, and please leave us a review. Otherwise, we just assume we're awesome.